So hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to use your Cookidoo, the wireless connected key with all the recipes for your Thermomix. So I'm going to share my screen. Right. So the first thing that you'll have to do is go to the Cookidoo platform of your choice. So I'm usually using the French one, but since I wanted to demonstrate in English, I'm using the Australian one. If you prefer, you can also go to the UK, create an account in the UK. It's really your choice. I was told that it's better to select the European accounts rather than the Australian account for updates and so on. I'm not sure how true this is. So anyway, it doesn't really matter because once you are connected to your account, you can access to all the recipe books of the world. So you will need to sign up. All right. So if you go to the page, you will have an option to sign up. But because I have already an account, I'm just going to log in using my credentials. And when you sign up, you will receive an activation email in your mailbox. So you just have to click the link to activate, and then you will be forwarded, redirected to this Thermomix cookido.com AU page. You may have to select your device. I mean, what kind of Thermomix you have, TM5, TM31, or TM6. Or you can even add your cookie, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So even if you don't do it when they prompt you, you can do it later. So the first thing is you'll be accessing your account on the top right corner. So if I go to the account here, I can see a few settings. What I'm really interested in is that at the moment I just signed up an account, so I have a free trial for 1 month. But when you log in your, when you connect your cookie, you will get instantly your 6 month of free membership. And then after that, you will have the option to actually subscribe to a yearly membership. I pay 39 euros a year in France. So I've already used up my first 6 month free, and I just signed up for my yearly membership. So it's very simple. They will send you an email. You just have to register, sign up, and then pay online. That's very simple. So if you go to the membership, this is where you see until when your membership is you're subscribed. And then if you click on devices, you will actually see what kind of device you have. So you can actually add a device. So I just selected the TM5, but I didn't really enter the serial number. I'm going to show you what happens. So if you select add a device, you can select what type of Thermomix you have. So if you select the TM5, you will be asked to, it's optional, you can add the serial number. Okay, I didn't do that earlier, but it doesn't matter. You can also add your cookie, and this will be compulsory for you to actually connect your cookie to your account and then synchronize it with your Thermomix. So you select add a cookie, and then you will add your cookie ID, which can be found on the box of your cookie. When you've received it, it's also visible on the cookie itself. And then you click activate. And then once you've done that, it will be reflected in your devices the same way it's reflected here. All right, so this is what's most important when you are connecting your cookie to your account. Now I'm going to show you how to navigate. So there are mainly three tabs on this website. The first one is Explore. So Explore gives you a search bar, and then you have some latest recipes, most popular. You can scroll down. You can also see some collections, latest collection. You can browse by category. There's lots of things for you to explore. Let's say you want to do a chocolate cake. So you will just enter chocolate cake. and search. And because we are connected to the Australia platform, you can see here that I have Australia, which is already selected as a filter, okay? So this means that in Australia, these are all the recipe books that are available. So for example, I am actually very interested with this chocolate halva cake. So I'm just gonna click on it. Okay, so I access the recipe. I can see that this recipe is suitable for TM5 and TM6. Okay, and then I have all the information about the ingredients that I need, nutrition facts, but also the different steps, preparation, and all of that. If I go down at the bottom of the recipe, I can also see that this recipe is from the Good Food gluten-free book collection. So if I click on that, I can actually see the book where this recipe comes from and all the recipes that are inside this book. So you can see there's a lot of them. And what you can do is, if you want this book to be available on your Thermomix, you can save the collection. So you click save and it says that your collection was saved. It will be saved in your recipes, and once you synchronize your Thermomix, the book will be available in your Thermomix, the same way your basic cookbook is available. So I'm going to show you that when I go to my recipes here, you can see that I have saved recipes. I have all. I have the Good Food gluten-free book that I've selected. Okay. Now let's go back to the selection of recipes. So for example, if I want to do the almond milk chocolate biscuits, I have a few options. I can cook it today. So it means that I will add it to my calendar and my week of meals planning, or I can add it. I can add it to a collection. So let's say at the moment I have no collection. So it's like creating your own recipe book. I'm going to create a collection that's going to be called Sweet Tooth, for example. So in that collection, I'll put all the sweet baking recipes that I find. So I'm going to save, and I have created a recipe book collection that's called Sweet Tooth. So if I go back to my recipes here, you can see that now I have a collection that's called Sweet Tooth, and when I click on it, I can see that I have the almond milk chocolate biscuits. Let's go back to the main screen, and for example, I'm going to add the apple ginger cake. I'm going to add this as well to my collection. So I'm going to add it to the Sweet Tooth. Okay. So when I go to my recipes, I go to the Sweet Tooth, and then I can see that I have that recipe also added to it. All right. Let's now go and maybe, okay, we want to see the most popular recipes. I like the American style pancakes. Okay. So let's say I want to add this into a collection, but this time I'm going to call my collection brunch. Right? So I've created my collection brunch. My recipes brunch will be, my pancakes will be in my brunch collection. All right. So this is basically how it works. You can either save a full book, or you can create your own books with the recipes that you want by categories. So you can create categories like a type of cuisine, can be Asian, can be European or Western. You can have desserts, you can have drinks. And then as you browse through and explore the platform, you can add all the recipes that you want. Okay, so that's really exploring the My Recipes function. Now let's go back again to the recipes. So for example, I want to see more of the latest recipes. Okay, so I'm here, and let's say, for example, that I don't want to see only the Australia recipes. So I have two options. The first one would be to remove this filter here, or I can actually click on the filters themselves, and I can browse down. And as you can see here, I can show all countries. So those are all the countries that are available. Let's say I also want to see the recipes from France, and maybe also some from Italy. So I have now 13,000 results. Let's say I remove the recipes from Australia. So this is what I have. So I have all the recipes from Italy and France, and let's say I want to look for something that calls, let's say, brownie. So these are all the brownie recipes that I have that have been filtered by Italy and France category. If I remove Italy and if I remove France, I have 163 results of all the available recipes everywhere in the world. Okay, so let's say I select this brownies recipe that I like, and I can add them to my collection, like I've shown you before, sweet tooth. Okay, or I could also add it to my week. So let's say I want to do this on Saturday, 15th of June. So I select the date and then I save it. Okay, I've saved it for the 14th. Not sure what happened here. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now I have saved it for the 14th. And if I go to my week here, I can see that on the 14th of June, I have scheduled the brownies recipe. So you can either view it on this format or you can view it on the calendar format. And then you can see on the 14th here, I have my brownies. If I right click on the little three dots, you can see that you can add the recipe to your shopping list. So let's do that. So I've added the ingredients of the brownies to my recipes here, and I'm going to look at the ingredients. If I can see those, it's not working. Yeah, there it is. Okay, the shopping list has all these ingredients. Okay, so obviously the ingredients are in Spanish because I probably have selected a recipe that is in Spanish, so it doesn't really matter. Let's say that I have this ingredient and this ingredient and I don't need it, so I'm going to click them. Here it shows the items that I have at home that I've removed from the list, and this is what's remaining. If I want to add additional ingredients, I put them here, and then after that I have the option to share the recipe. So I can copy this recipe. I mean, the recipe will be copied to my clipboard, and then I can just create an email. If I go to my emails, right, I just create a new email. And then going to working, let me see. Copy. There you go. This is your list of, and then you can send it to yourself. So that's one option. You can also copy it to WhatsApp, to your smartphone, or you can also print it directly from here. So that's quite convenient because then, you can basically gather a few recipes for the week and then have it printed into one single list. You can clear all the ingredients. Okay, so obviously because this recipe is in Spanish, I'm not going to take it, but I can explore more further. Like if I were to do this today, cook today. All right, when I go to my week, it's going to be featured for today. I can add to the shopping list. And then, I'll look at the ingredients and then I can see all the ingredients. So I need to let you know that, yeah, you have to remember that once you explore the whole platform, you'll have recipes that are not in the right language. So that's why it's interesting for you to select countries that are either English speaking, if you're English speaking, or in the other countries where you can speak the language, so that you actually understand what the recipes mean. Once you have done that, you will have to synchronize whatever you have selected or created as your plan menu plan with your Thermomix. So in order to do that, it's actually necessary for you to turn on your Thermomix and to synchronize your key. So once you open the Thermomix, you turn on the Thermomix, there will be, first of all, you'll have to register your key on the Thermomix. It will ask you to enter your Wi-Fi connection password. And once the Wi-Fi is connected, you probably will be required to upload a couple of updates so that the key is updated and the Thermomix is updated. Once this is done, every time you do a synchronization between your key and your Thermomix, it will upload all the recipes that you have selected on the website. So whatever I have done now is actually not yet on my Thermomix, but the next time I turn on the Thermomix and click on the synchronize icon, which is on the main screen, this will be uploaded. It will take a while, a few minutes, and then once it's uploaded, the Thermomix is going to ring and tell me that it's done, and then I'll be able to access the full book in that case. Or I will have also some other collections. So basically Brunch and Sweet Tooth will be considered as books that I've created myself. And as I go and as I add new recipes into these collections, once I synchronize, they will be added to the Thermomix. So that's it. I think I've covered almost everything. I mean, there's lots to explore. Let's say you want to go, for example, with the garlic prawns. There again, you can explore a few options here, but mainly you can really, explore which collection the books are from. If you want to filter, remember that, when you look for something, let's say I'm looking for prawns, you remember that you have the filter here, but you have other type of filters, like the kind of ingredients you're looking for, the time of preparation, portions, the type of Thermomix that you have, and then of course the countries. So that's pretty cool. I really like it. I like the option for having the ingredients and so on. If you have any questions, you're not sure, just ask me. It's really, really straightforward, simple. You just have to decide which platform you want to use. If you're French, of course, go to the French platform, because you can always access the English version. And if you're English speaking, go to the UK or go to the Australian version. That's it for now. Thank you. I hope this helps, and enjoy cooking with your Thermomix. I'll see you soon, I hope, and take care.